Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody had a wonderful day yesterday, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. So, I didn't get any work done last night because I got distracted by playing World of Warcraft because I'm just, 12 again. Actually, I think it was about when I was 20 when I started. Either way, close enough. But that's okay because that means we just have a lot more work to do today. Yay. But let's see, we've got plenty. And I mean, well, plenty of steel plates to go through. So let's go ahead and just get started on the welding. Get a lot of this knocked out as again. I want to try and get this airtight today. And just make sure that this becomes a usable area. And then I might see about going through and then greebling some of this just to make it look a little interesting. Give it a little bit more panache, pizzazz. Make it interesting to look at. And I also would like to, at some point, make a connector for this ship. Here we go. The Space Dart. Poor thing has been connectorless all this time. Although, honestly, it's self-sufficient enough as is that it hasn't really needed to connect to the base. I think that's been the most impressive part. Just feed it a little bit of ice every once in a while, and it is happy. And now that it's got the reactor on it, it's even more self-sufficient. Go. Get this all knocked out. There we go. And then once I get these guys done. Oh, God, no. Wrong color. And default. Awesome. That's going to be the other thing is what color scheme do we want to go with for the base? Because I don't necessarily want to keep it this blank white color. Well, light gray, I should say. We'll figure that out. I might go ahead and use a similar color scheme to what I use for the mining ship. Which, if we don't remember what that is, it's the dark gray and yellow here. That actually turned out pretty spiffy. I actually rather like the way that that looks. This whole ship actually came along really nicely. It doesn't look too overbuilt, but at the same time, it looks like it has a little bit of robustness to it. Like it could very easily be a mining ship. Let's see, how we doing? Oh, we've still got a long way to go. And iron. Get me more iron. I need a lot more of that. Platinum is good. Iron is better. That's just. It's enough to make me almost want to just put in a basic refinery specifically for handling the regular ores like iron and whatnot. Sometimes I think that that's actually not a terrible idea. That. Because unless you have multiple refineries that are all going, one of the biggest issues that you can run into is that your one refinery gets clogged up with one of the more dense materials that takes a really long time to go through it. And you're sitting here like, but I need the steel plates and I need the iron for the steel plates. Just get through it already. So it's one of those. I'm almost thinking that that's what I need to do, is to go ahead and just bite the bullet and these whoops, wrong one. Make a basic refinery. That really wouldn't be a terrible idea, honestly. I could snug a couple of them up here. Power would start to be an issue at that point. How are we doing on power? Specifically, how am I doing on... Okay, you're out. You are also out of ice. Okay. I think it... Whoops. There we go. I think it might be time to go ahead and install a programmable block. And get an inventory manager going. There we go. This corner actually looks really nice with it too, so that works. All right, let's do PB IIM. Edit. Browse scripts. Check code. Awesome. Okay. There we go. That should hopefully... Why is there still a bunch in there? Okay, so it looks like... Okay, good. It did get it out of there. It just had to go through and actually filter through everything. So we are all set now. So all of the stuff that I was looking to get moved out has been moved out. And then refinery should be... That's fine. It's doing what it needs to do. But what this means is that now let's grab some more of these. Get this floor done. Need to do that. Okay, and we can recharge while I'm inside of the miner. That sounded so wrong. Right, let's pick up some ice. What I need to do is that's right. First thrusters. And thrusters. Awesome. Groups. Block on off. Block on off. There we go. That'll be better. Never realize how big the hole is until you're actually inside of it. That's what she said. I think I could probably use one more gyroscope. It's hard to say. Like, it feels good with one, but once I get more than that, we'll see. Oh, yeah, the other thing that I was going to do is add the stone sorters to this. So that way I can make sure that I jettison stone when I need to. And especially if I'm going after things like magnesium, I want to make sure that I'm getting just magnesium. And there we go. Actually, you know, with just the one gyro, we're feeling pretty good. It's got some decent movement to it, so I really don't need another one. Cool. I would say that works out fairly well. However, a trip out to the magnesium asteroid is definitely in my future. And we'll just snuggle on up over here. I may put a little bit of armoring around the reactor. Oh, whoops. There we go. Hey, Brad. Not too bad about yourself. There we go. Oh, really? Right? Awesome. How'd you get trolled? That. Yes, there we go. Okay. Nice. Generator, bunch in there. Okay, cool. Let's see. Gotcha. You're all set. Hmm. Magnesium is that way. Yeah, let's put. And which game is this for? Daisy? Need that. Okay. Yeah, that's generally why I don't trust people. Like, ever. Thing I have learned over the years is that people suck. So generally, I just don't trust people. And it works out fairly well that way. Actually, let's do this. No. Leave that there. Yeah, that'll definitely take a beating. Anytime that you get that much damage reduction. Dude. But then again, that's also why I don't play those sorts of games, because 9 times out of 10, most of the reason that anything interesting happens is because somebody decided that they wanted to be a dick. Thus, drama ensues and the whole cycle continues. Yeah, unfortunately, those values don't mean a whole lot to me, but they sound impressive. So, like I said, I played standalone DZ once years ago for all of about 20 minutes. Did, however, play the mod, but again, that was years ago. So, okay. I think we're good. Let's put plates over the front of this. Oh no. 150 gigs? That sounds like my Skyrim install. Actually, that sounds closer to my Cyberpunk install. There we go. That feels better. do. Yeah, I guess. Um, let's. There, what? Oh, I ran out right there. Of course I did. There we go. That feels a little bit better. Kind of armor up a little bit of the more delicate parts. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. All right, next up, what I need to do is debating on if I want to take both ships or if I just want to take the one. And I think I just want to take the one. I can easily replace tools, so if I lose these, I lose these. Not a big deal. But I desperately need to get some magnesium back to the base. There's just no questions about it. So magnesium and gold. I've got that magnesium one out there. I think I'm going to go for this one because of the fact that it is not in line with the drone facility. And yeah, there we go. I am glad though that I switched over to the ions because that means I don't have to worry about fuel issues. And the oxygen tank that I have is going to be more than enough to last for these long trips. Like, that's not going to be a problem at all. But we'll pick up. We'll pick up the magnesium and then bring that back. And that'll actually make me feel a little bit more comfortable because then I will be able to start making some more ammunition. And I can see about adding additional turrets to the base. Because right now, that's my biggest concern, is that I just don't have much in the way of defenses. And with uh, some of the enemy factions getting closer, almost like they're counting coup. Like when there were those two drones that were patrolling, that made me a little bit nervous. I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle those two drones with the one turret that I have. So if I can put myself into a situation where that is no longer a problem, at least for the time being, I will be happy. And especially since I have plans to eventually make a larger ship with some guns on it. One of the things that I had talked about yesterday was the potential for making a fighter craft, something that small, quick, but has packs some punch, and that's something that I'd like to do as well, is to make some sort of fighter craft. I think that'll be fun. And then while we're out here, we also have the potential to work on drones of some sort. So I may do that as well. See about making some sort of either defensive drones or offensive drones, something like that. Something cheap, easily printable, but effective. Something that can get thrown out there onto the battlefield and make a difference. That sort of thing. Oh man, you never realize how long a trip is until you actually have to make it, and then you're like, "Holy crap! Why is it so far out here?" Uh, might want to check that asteroid on my way back. Just to see if it's got anything interesting on it. Um, Probably could do that. Okay. All right. I don't like that drone fighter there. The problem with the drone fighters is that they roam, and if they're roaming near me, I may trigger them. And unfortunately, I don't really have anything on here that I can use defensively. But we wanted to make this more difficult, and more difficult is what's happening. Oh, good. Surface magnesium. Let's get over here and get some of this. We're going to be quick about it, if at all possible, so that we can get back to base and somewhere safe. Come on. Wow. There we go. And we'll just fill this up. Fill up the drills, and then GTFO. Come on. All right, good enough. Let's get out of here. And let's go see what's over on this rock real quick. The other nice thing is that what this is going to do is this is going to put us a little bit farther away from the drone, so that when we then turn to head back home, we will have more radial distance between ourselves, our trajectory, and the drone itself, hopefully. Uh, yeah, I don't even see it now. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, so that should put us in a slightly better position. All right, let's get some speed going. We are a lot heavier now. If I were to redesign this, I would redesign it in such a way that would allow me to have at least one of the large ion thrusters on here. Like, I think maybe like a version 2.0. I'll make it a little bit bigger, make it a little bit more robust so that I can have more of the, well, more ion thrusters definitely, but have the large ones put on here. Because right now that's my biggest drawback is my acceleration is so low. Especially with an almost full load. Yeah, that's going to be like 16 bullets out of that. So, oh, that's good stuff. Man. So, yesterday, as an early birthday present, I got hooked up with full account and subscription for a month of World of Warcraft. And it was funny too because my sister and I were joking about it because she understands the mentality is that while I was on the trial account, all I wanted to do was play it. And then as soon as I got it, I'm like, well, I don't want to play it anymore. She laughed and she was like, yeah, no, I do that too. Yes. And WoW is comfort food, is basically what it is. It's not necessarily the best, it's not good for you. It's, filled with salt and fat, all sorts of other terrible stuff. But it feels comfortable to play it compared to a lot of the other MMOs that are out there these days. Ooh. Asteroid, Cobalt, what? And that's why I keep going back to it. Is it is comfortable. Okay, let's see if I can. God, this poor thing. Let's get more thrusters involved here. Get all the thrusters. I'm going to basically have to start slowing down at about the 10-kilometer mark. But I wound up playing a whole bunch of it last night, working on a Drakthir Evoker. And they're doing the Time Walker dungeons for Legion, which apparently I ran those a lot. I don't remember running them a lot, but I did. But I was playing as a healer, and the first dungeon we ran, I made sure to say, like, as we get started, first time healing as an evoker, I may suck. Sorry. And nobody said anything. Nobody needed to say anything. And the reason why is because we were basically walking through the dungeon, just having a grand old time. I'm guessing one or two of the members were like Mythic plus, Infinity geared out. Because a couple of the bosses, I swear to God, they one-shot the bosses. Just bloop, dead. And I'm like, well, shit. I don't gotta heal nobody. There was a couple of times where I did actually have to heal like one or two of the other members of the party. But generally it was a cakewalk. And it was glorious. I was like, oh, thank God. I really didn't feel like, actually fighting or anything like that. So that was pretty awesome. And in the second dungeon that I did was a little bit more difficult. The problem that I have is with tanks that just go hauling ass, like 110%. And so I've got to sit there and constantly hustle to keep up behind them. And it makes it difficult as the healer because, I may need to cast a spell to bring somebody up to, 90 to 100% before we start the next pull. And the tank is already out of range and starting to attack something. And the first hit drops him to like 75% health. And I'm like, shit, it's going to be one of those. We did wind up in a bad pull situation, which I think the tank should have pulled them back first. But he did. But that was okay. We wiped. And I just made sure, like, hey, sorry, that was my fault. Even though it wasn't. But I went ahead and I took the blame because I didn't manage to keep the tank healed, as for whatever reason I had clicked off of him. And that frustrated me. I think I might have done a third one. I don't remember if I did. I think it was just those two. But I was thoroughly surprised at how quickly I got settled back into the act of healing, which was probably one of my favorite roles. That the instant queue is glorious. Just being able to queue up, wait 10 seconds, and then da-da-da, yes, we're in. All right. Once we hit this 10-meter mark on the base, we'll go ahead and start slowing down. Excuse me, 10-kilometer mark. The other thing that was kind of cool is I was looking at the auction house since I finally had access to it. And it's kind of weird coming back to WoW and not using any mods. Not using Auctioneer, not using any unit frames, not using Healbot. Like, I'm not using any mods. I'm using just whatever the base game comes from. Fortunately, though, over the years, WoW's user interface has gotten good enough. I haven't tried Auctionator. I might have to look at that one, but I don't do anything on the auction house yet. So it's one of those we'll have to kind of wait and see. Okay. We're pointed at the base. But like the UI editor that they have now is actually really, really nice. I was impressed because of the fact that I was able to add the extra bars, which you've always been able to add the extra sidebars. But now with the editor, you can do a lot of what I used to use UI editors for. The built-in editor allows you to change the location of bars, the size of bars, the opacity, if it shows all the buttons all the time, that sort of thing. So they've done a great job of bringing in line a lot of the old popular UI mods. Yeah. Well, and again, too, they've changed a lot of how certain UI elements look. So, like, the party frames now generally look like the unit frame menus that you would get, or the unit frame mods that you would get, which look really nice. And being able to move them really, really helps too. For a while, just because it was kind of like a cool thing to utilize. I was using Tuck UI or Tuk UI, which I really liked, and that was a full suite of mods that all worked together as one, and it was a really nice looking. Yep, Weak Auras is another one. I haven't touched that in a long time. So, okay, let's see if we can get inside of here without dying or blowing up. To be a little bit slower. Okay, where is the hole to my base? Ah, there it is. Yeah, I need to put some lights or something on here so that it's easier to see what's going on. But hey, we made it all the way out there. Got a whole load of magnesium and back. Glorious day. But yeah, like it felt really good to get back into WoW. To get into WoW proper, like full on get into it. As I said, it is one of those things that it's a comfort food. It's junk food, but it's a comfort food. It's like we were talking, or I was talking about yesterday with Diablo 4, and just Blizzard in general has figured out, and I think they got a little too good at it. But making casual games. And the problem is that the audience right now doesn't really, well, I should say a lot of the younger audience, to a certain extent, doesn't necessarily want casual experiences. And the older audience is looking for nostalgia. There we go. So they're looking for things like, the Diablo 2s in Path of Exile 2. And they're looking for World of Warcraft Classic. They're looking for what they remember being the fun of the game, which was it was brutal, it was mean, it hated you, and it wasn't going to hold your hand. Get good, scrub. Is basically how that went. And that's kind of what they want again. Kind of what they're after. And I can understand that. There are times where a little extra, little helping of, I'm going to kick your ass, can go a long way. Let's get these done up. There we go. Awesome. Exquisite. I'm gonna need a lot more metal frames than this. The other funny thing, and the thing that I find funny, now this is because the type of content creator I am is vastly different than the big popular ones. And the reason why they're big and popular is because of the fact that they have a certain level of drama that they all thrive on. So Like there's that WoW guild in classic hardcore that's got a whole bunch of the big streamers in it. Soda Poppin', Tyler One. I think, well, Thor from Pirate Software was in it, but it's just got a lot of big name streamers. And it seems like every single day there is some new drama coming out of it. Okay. 6 p.m. UTC, which is that? Are we -5? Yeah, -5. So that would be at 1 p.m. Okay, so Monday. Okay, cool. So Monday, the 27th, Keen is going to be doing a stream. It looks like starting at 6 p.m. UTC. That's 1 p.m. Eastern, and then you can extrapolate from there. But they're going to be doing build tutorials, Pioneer Edition preview, movement preview, partial copy, modular blocks and destruction. Basically, all the videos that we've been watching throughout the past few weeks, they're going to be going ahead and just playing those again and demonstrating them. And then from there, looks like after that is when they'll go ahead and actually release or set live Space Engineers 2. So it's going to be either a really long stream or I'm going to wind up not doing it until either later or on Tuesday. So it's kind of one of those wait and sees. I might reschedule my usual stream time so that I do it a little bit later on Monday. And then that way we can catch the release of it. I need a lot more. Apparently I need more silicon. I think that's the one thing I haven't found yet is silicon. Yep, I'm not seeing silver, yes, but no silicon. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, these are going to be super expensive. Okay, so let's use our super awesome Drill-O-Matic. And go grab some stone while we're at it. In fact, let's grab some stone from around here. What? Drill-O-Matic? Not quite. Oh, man. There are times I do miss high school, and then there are times I don't. Those times outweigh the times that I do. All right, let's see about filling up the old drills. And there we go. Yeah. Fortunately, this thing is just... This is the only problem with the ion thrusters, is that they are so weak. Oh, damn, yeah. It's amazing what a change of scenery can do to a person's mental condition. Actually allow them to flourish. Yeah. And I think that is part of the problem these days, is that class sizes have gotten absolutely massive. And so because of it, there are a lot more social distractions than there used to be. Go. Ooh, just barely. Okay. That should get us what we need for the silicon. Okay, yeah. And I don't know why you would feed hamsters to a snake. Mice are generally better, but that is, like, it's one of those... I understand why she did it, because it's necessary to teach kids about the fact, and any age kids, it's necessary to remind them that the circle of life exists. It just depends. Never feed a rat to a snake, though, because they will get addicted to the rat and they will not eat anything else. That's one of those things that I learned from a friend of mine who had a couple of ball pythons. Yeah. It's basically like, sugar in a certain way to snakes. There we go. Well, you can get pinkies, basically dead baby mice, for feeding to certain snakes. Or, like, if it's a much smaller snake, you can get it uh, certain insects and whatnot, as far as I remember. Certain things. Not exactly a snake aficionado, so I don't know 100%. Okay. Have our airlock doors here. Oh, hey. Thank you for the follow there, Kojak. Much appreciated. What's up? I better not owe you money. Of course, I owe so many people money. Okay, I need this, this, I didn't have anything up there. Cool. That and need so many more. It's these armored blocks that are going to be a pain. Unfortunately, that doesn't ring any bells. But in all fairness, I've also got like 40 plus years of names locked up here. So unfortunately, I tend to be bad about that. But hey, welcome back. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the older I get, the worse it gets. Those were going to be batteries. Let's get these done. So much welding. And I still have so much more to go. Because then I also have to do the floor. And I need to make a bunch of metal grids. And I've got... No. This is one of those where the build and repair would be kind of useful. Just because it would get through this so fast. There we go. Well, it would get through this a lot easier. I don't know if it would do it faster. And that's only because of the fact that it would be randomly choosing which blocks to do next, as opposed to doing the logical ones. Oh, crap. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Okay, and get these. Aha. So anyway, how you doing? Kojak / Godzilla. Hopefully you've been staying out of trouble. Oh, wow. Thanks for the gifted sub there, Kojak. Much appreciated on that one, too. Good Lord, I must have left a hell of an impression. No. Damn it. Aha. There we go. Yeah. There's never any pressure to perform. Let's see, was it this one? Yes. And then over here. Well, awesome. Took me a second to read that. I was like, I don't remember struggling with addiction. I never struggle with it. I give in. But awesome. I'm glad I could help. I do understand how rough it can be sometimes when you've got something that's kicking your ass and you want to get rid of it. Get it out of your life. So glad I could help with that, man. You're right there. I can... Oh, helps if I'm using the right button. Let's also turn this a little bit so that I'm slightly closer. There we go. Perfect. Back to work. Not that that matters, but okay. Let's see. I think that's most of the inane stuff. Just put these in here. There we go. Yes. Yeah, that was the that was my old base from a long while ago too. The 2 kilometer tunnel. I still have that save around. It's just elsewhere. There's actually been quite a few playthroughs that have happened since then too, and a little bit of Factorio, and some other stuff here and there. But yeah, that was a fun project. Might have to do something stupid like that again. What are we missing? Okay. Let's get that stuff built. So that way I can get a second battery put in here, and also the third. We'll get all the batteries. And then I can make this the air vent. Let's do that. Come on, almost there. And things are going to be getting more wild coming up here next week with the release of Space Engineers 2 into early access. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to have a lot more building possibilities with the unified grid, although it won't be the full-fledged item palette that we're used to. Hell yeah, I think a lot of people are. We all love Space Engineers 1, and it's a great game. It has been a marvelous sandbox, and it still has a lot of enjoyment left to give. But I think with the overall benefits that we're going to be getting in the long term from Space Engineers 2, people are just super excited about that one. It's like, about time kind of situation. All right, and then I just need to finish to get that welded up. Stairs. Need to get some proper lights in here and then do this entire ceiling area. Which, oh my lord, that's going to be a thing. Okay, we will give that some time. Let's start working on getting this welded up. Get around these edges here. Get these done first. Damn it. I do not have. And Good enough. Let's see. I definitely need to do something with that wall. It is very blasé. Why would it be unplayable? Or just, you know, in general, because it's only going to be creative mode. Come on. Give me what I'm after. I need this last battery, man. That's all I need. And there we go. There's actually quite a lot there. A surprising amount of just basic content. And I think what is going to be interesting is that a lot of people have this expectation that there's going to be this playable game coming out. A lot of the people, a lot of us who started playing Space Engineers at the beginning of its early access know exactly what's coming out, because that's more or less what we wound up with when Space Engineers first came out in early access. So it's one of those that, as a game, it's not going to be there. It's not going to have survival. It's not going to have, you know, like 100,000 different items that we're playing with. What it has, however, is it's going to have the updated engine. It's going to have the updated grid mechanics, which is what a lot of us are looking forward to. A unified grid to build on. Oh, people are going to go hog wild with that one. I think that alone is going to get a lot of people hyped up for it. And you're going to see a lot of cool stuff coming out within the first few days. Actually, the first few days are going to be the most fun. I wouldn't say I'm wrong. I just think that that's a different subset of people. But that aside, it's one of those that, you know, I'm looking forward to the unified grid. As somebody who is a builder and loves building stuff and then detailing and whatnot, the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is just better building tools. Better, like the grid itself, having that level of detail available throughout the entire build experience is the one thing that I am looking forward to. Because there's lots of situations where I've wanted to build something and couldn't, because I couldn't get the level of detail that I was looking for. I mean, okay. Make it poop, damn. Basically, what you want to do is you want to do city skylines, but in Space Engineers. Gotcha. Let's get this. I'm going to need a lot more plates. Well, you know, everybody has their thing. If you want to poop on your citizens, I say go for it. Whether or not they appreciate it's on them, but okay, awesome. How am I doing on ice? I have no ice. Let's get some more ice. Dude. I know, right? Like I said, everybody's got their thing. If you want to make a poop deck, you go right for it. Personally, I will be super excited for planets. I will be super excited for planets because of the fact that we'll be able to take the new build grid. We'll be able to take the planetary, like seeing the way that planets are going to look is going to be awesome. Hopefully we don't get all of those jagged chunks of terrain like we used to, like we still do, without mods. But with the new physics engine, or the new physics update, hopefully what we also get is a better physics for making terrain drills is really what it comes down to. Like, there's a lot of games people are like, I would upgrade my computer for this. I think Space Engineers is one of those where I would actually spend extra blowjobs, I mean money, on on getting my computer upgraded. Although really the biggest thing I need is just new video card and new primary hard drive. That's basically it. Or I should just say new primary drive. Because I'd totally be replacing my SSD. All right. It's a slow boat over here at almost 4 meters a second. Because that's safer. Because, like, this is something that would be great is... that's true. I will agree to a certain extent with that. That a lot of games that are, you know, like we require a 5090 times 10. Let's see. There we go. Well, unfortunately, it's also the fact that my shitty graphics card is getting old. There we go. There. But yeah, a lot of games that require like DLSS, whatever, to work, that sort of thing. It's just one of those where where was I going with that? It doesn't matter. That aside, I am still super excited for Space Engineers 2. Damn it. Stop bouncing. Lock on. Thank you. I'm excited for the future of the genre, I think is really what it is. Because with the modernization of it, it will hopefully bring in a new crowd of people to play. I don't think it's going to be anywhere like Path of Exile 2, what PoE 2 has done for ARPGs. But I hope it is something that will start to bring in a larger audience, more people, give them a chance to see that, you know, it's not just the old block game. Maybe even give some alternatives to Minecraft. Although I think these days Minecraft is also starting to die out. You know, it's been around for well over a decade at this point. So it's one of those that it's aging out, and that'll happen. Doesn't matter how many updates you give it. Doesn't matter who buys it. At the end of the day, everything just kind of ages out. Even Tetris, which is one of the best-selling games of all time, for its time, eventually wore out its welcome. Because at that point, everybody who was going to play it had played it. Well, again, yeah, that's true. Um, but I think the biggest difference between, well, okay, first of all, if we're talking KSP versus KSP2, that was a whole other level of screwed up. But at the same time, the time speed up mechanic was kind of a necessity for what you wind up doing in KSP. Because of the fact that the distances are so much bigger and the speeds are so much more realistic.
Inventory full.
There we go. That's actually a game I haven't played in a little while. It's KSP. But yeah, with KSP, it absolutely needed to have the time dilation. There was no way around that if you wanted to be able to play it realistically. If you actually wanted to be able to have missions that didn't require real time years in order to play. Oh, I'll get over it. At the end of the day, it's a video game. I think we tend to forget that sometimes in our hunt for it's got to be realistic, man. Realism only goes so far. If I wanted realism, I would just log off and go out into the real world. Multiplayer Kerbal would be interesting. You're not wrong in that respect. It would be a cool concept. And I know there's a mod for it. I know that there is specifically a mod that enables multiplayer. Yeah, something. That's just like multiplayer Skyrim. That was one of those things that for a long time people were wanting. And instead, what we got was the Elder Scrolls Online, which that ain't it. That is definitely not Skyrim multiplayer until Skyrim Together came out. I need more iron. Damn it. Let's see if I were to add some extra reverse thrusters. I could. Nah, we'll be fine. Okay. Let's go to our hole. But I think that's also one of the interesting conversations to actually have is while we can see how interesting adding multiplayer to a project would be, the problem is, and this has been mentioned multiple times by developers, is that if they took the time to add proper multiplayer, that's time that they're not spending on other aspects of that project. That's time, that's money, that's manpower, that is not being utilized, let's say, for more parts in KSP, or for the physics engine, or for better storytelling, or for a lot of different things. And so sometimes not having multiplayer is actually better for the single player. No, it definitely doesn't. Well, it does, but it doesn't. So if you're talking about actual orbital flight, then no, you can't retrograde. But if you're talking about just being able to flip your ship around and then using your reverse thrusters or your forward thrusters as reverse thrusters, you can do that. It's just a little bit more difficult. True. And that's because the planets are actually just asteroids with fake atmospheres. It was one of those things that initially it was supposed to just be a space game. But I guess people wanted the planets so badly that they added them. All right. That should be good. I don't need to go full drill on this. But it also is one of those that the game that we want is not necessarily the game that we are getting, or the game that we're playing is capable of being. I did what? Oh. Okay, yeah. Which again, Space Engineers is one of the only games, like Space Engineers and Star Citizen are the two games that allow you to seamlessly go from planet to space and back to planet again. I think Elite Dangerous does it too. But you look at when Space Engineers came out and when Star Citizen was getting started and when Elite Dangerous was made, like the technology behind this game is actually incredibly impressive because not too many other space games do it. There's always some sort of hidden loading screen somewhere. And back that thing up. Cool. So it's one of those that Space Engineers is absolutely in a league of its own. All right, I need to be able to. Let's get back up here. Of course, it's going to take a little bit for all of those steel plates. I think aside from these windows, this door, and then the rest of the floor here, that'll basically be it to get this bottom level airtight. Is really what the only thing left that I'll have. And then it's just designing the top deck here. So that way I have like more of a living space. So that should be fun. And then I think I should be able to sneak the gravity generator in here somewhere. So that it's roughly centered within the base. I may also put it a little bit lower. So like down here. Oh yeah, I still have to. Nope, that is walled off. Awesome. So I may actually put it under the bottom hallway. Just so that way it's again centered, and I'll be able to better utilize this area. Because what I want to do is make sure that the gravity envelope is only around the base itself. I don't need it to be necessarily where the ships are parked. I just need it to be like probably out to that walkway at most. So that should be pretty good. So if I can get it centered with the base, that will be awesome. And then I've got all of this to weld up and all of that. So still a lot of work left ahead of us. But I gotta wait for all the damn iron. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a quick AFK. And then when I get back, I need a snack. I'm getting munchy hungry. And when I get back, hopefully that'll give us a chance to have some of our iron done and we can get back to welding. So I shall be back in just a few. Food. Alrighty. Come on. Get over here, Goober. Get, you want it in here? No. Oh, over here, Goober. Over here. It's okay. Come on. You're getting in the lap. Into the lap. There you go. I kept her out all of yesterday, so I'm making up for it. Pay a little bit of the cat tax. Yeah. Get your stupid fur all over my black shirt. Who's a good girl? Yep. Just some belly rubbing. Yep. Oh. Okay, there we go. All right, lay down. Mm-hmm. Need more. Uh-huh. I got you again. Yes, I did. I got you again. Okay. Let's get back to work here. You and you. Wow, lots of questions. Okay, give me a second here. So it's actually coming out on the 27th, which is Monday, depending on your time zone. They just released a statement saying that they're going to be doing a stream, an announcement stream or a release stream on the 27th, starting at 6 p.m. UTC or 1 p.m. Eastern, and go from there. They do have a roadmap that is released that goes into depth about what features will be happening when. The initial early access launch will only include a sort of stripped down creative mode. The creative mode will include the new unified grid. It will include some of the creative mode tools for like carving and generating terrain for asteroids. It'll also include the updated physics engine. I don't think it's going to include any of the physics blocks, though, like rotors, pistons, and hinges. That'll be coming out at a later time. And it won't have any planets or any of the survival elements in it. Essentially, what they're doing is that they are bringing out the game in what are known as vertical slices. And a vertical slice is basically a chunk of the game that is an entire set of functionality that all interconnects with one another so that they can know that that set of gameplay elements all work. And then once those are polished up, or at least at a good enough state, they will go ahead and release it. And then once they get all of the main vertical slices released, then they can go through and do a polish phase and just make sure that everything is cleaned up as neatly as possible. Everything all works together. There are as few bugs as they can eradicate. and just go ahead and release it at that point. So, to answer your question about water, no. Water won't be coming out until much later, as that is a much bigger element that also connects into the planets. And since planets aren't out yet, or won't be out right away, again, that's one of those things that just eventually is where that's at. So hopefully that answers most of your questions. You can also check out their Discord. They have a lot of that information that's up and about, and they have that announced properly. Plus, I think, let me check mine. I think we posted up. Where was it? Pretty sure somebody posted up the link to the. No. Okay. Thought I had seen the roadmap get posted. Blah, 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 blah. No. Okay. But yeah, so I think what we're going to see initially is a small surge of early adopters. Definitely content creators, streamers, and whatnot are going to be jumping into it. A lot of it is going to be testing out the new unified grid for construction, for building. Because that's one thing that I know personally I'm looking forward to. And I imagine a lot of other creators and builders are looking forward to as well. Being able to get a better level of detail on a lot of our builds and construction and whatnot, it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of us. So I know I'm looking forward to that. And then I think a lot of other creators are looking forward to it as well. But as far as like everybody, I think a lot of people are going to be waiting primarily because they are survival players. And so they're going to wait for survival to come out first, which is fair. I think, if that's the one thing that you're waiting for, then, wait for it. Let's get these done up. All right. Door, window, 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 window. Ugh. Only problem with the cats being allergic to them. I love them. Damn. I can't breathe afterwards. Let's see. Might not have enough silicon. Oh, wait. I know what's going on. Oops. I'll just get more of that made. Yeah, silicon. The one thing that I can't seem to find anywhere. Okay. That's almost done. Then down here, is there anything that would really impede me from going airtight? Not really. Just have a bunch of that stuff. Okay. So the only thing that I really need at this point is just a ton of silicon. I may go ahead and let's drop off what I have here. Okay, good. I'm going to grab some ice for our ship. go. That should be good. Drop this off. And hop in here. I'm kind of feeling like, first of all, let's get rid of this vent. I don't need it anymore. I'm not inside an atmosphere. I'm not going to be inside of an atmosphere for quite a while. Let's also grab a whole bunch of this. You and Dusty. There we go. There we are. And what? You're back again. It's like you never left. Ugh. You know what? No. Let's do this. Just trying to give this thing a little extra armor around some of its more exposed areas. Could I? I want to terminate that. Why you always gotta knock stuff off of my tables? Like you do it literally every time. That's what I want. And then let's do this and this. You know how to get in my lap. There we go. Yeah, I like that. That looks interesting. I wonder. Let's do this here and that there. Same thing here. Okay, there you go. There you go. I'm so proud of you. You did something on your own. All right, let's hop back over to here. Do up this. Now, of course, this does tend to make the ship just a tiny bit heavier, but I'm not too worried about that. It's mostly because of the fact that it is going to add a little extra protection to the ship. This is what you wanted? Yeah, this is exactly what you wanted. There you go. Big old baby. You know, it makes it really, really hard to play the game, right? If you're aware of this. As long as she's getting hands put on her, she doesn't mind. She's like, yeah, well, you can suck it up, Buttercup. Ain't that right? Squish. Just pop the head right off. All right, let's finish getting this done up. So I need this one. That's not where I wanted you at all. Excellent. Yeah, I like the way that that winds up looking. It's just odd enough to be interesting. To almost look deliberate. Well, if you're going to get down, get down. If you're going to lay down, lay down. I don't care what you do. Okay. And then the next thing I wanted was to put that there. No, I didn't want it there. I want it on the other side. Because I want you there. There. There we go. Then I can. And again, that doesn't look too bad at all. I could do angled floodlights pointing down. The only problem is I don't need bulletproof glass for these. Okay. So that way, that'll give me a look at what's underneath of the ship as well. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Now, it should be, but no, this is actually a space dart. There we go. And I needed to change the color on that. Let's see. With this, let's go ahead and cover these up a little bit. Make them a little less conspicuous. Actually, no, not like that. Let's do like this. Nope. There we go. And then we'll do the same on this side. Because I'm trying not to go too overboard with greebling here. I am wanting to keep it kind of small-ish. And interesting. There, and then there. Then I just have to do this on the other side. But yeah. That does give it a more interesting look, like it's specifically designed this way. And not just, I guess I'll put something there. That's why I've kind of enjoyed having a lot of this exposed. as opposed to having it hidden. Because it does make it look more interesting. Using the natural details of the blocks themselves, you get a lot more interesting texture and variation in the build as opposed to big flat hunks of metal. It unfortunately does make it a little bit more susceptible to, explosions, but you take your wins, you take your losses. That and that. There we go. And the biggest problem is that I have this big ass hydrogen tank just out in the open, and there isn't a whole lot I can easily do about it. Except pray to whatever God is listening that I don't get it shot. Right there. Okay. There we go. Yeah. That feels better. I know. Nothing. I just hope I never win the lottery. That's all. All right. Now the other thing that's been bugging me is the fact that my let's see, my turrets are facing the wrong way. Show blocking terminal. Gyroscopes. Hide those. Don't need them. Gatling turret 1. Gatling turret 2. And then control this. Which way? Facing this way. Ah, so this is the bottom turret. Okay. Whoops. Well, the bottom turret works. All right, that's the lower. Should be upper, not wiper, upper. And then control. Yep. Okay. There we go. Now they are turned the correct way. Yeah, starting to look pretty sweet. There's a couple more things that I probably could do. What if we do... Let's do these. The concept? I just started sticking stuff together. That was it. That is the concept. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is what I want. Let's just start working off of there. Originally it was, I just needed a spaceship. I needed it to be lightweight. I needed it to have some carrying capacity. Yeah, I could definitely see that. But that was it. There was no ship design that I was working off of. that one, and then that one. I'm basically just throwing stuff at a wall, hoping it'll stick. That's basically how this is getting designed. And there we go. Awesome. Kind of helps cover that up, but also make sure that the thrusters don't burn holes through anything. I think I'll leave the bottom kind of exposed though, but where you going, girl? Okay, come on. All right. So I need silicon. I need silicon bad. Which ice do I have on board? I have enough. Cool. You look like you could be an asteroid. But let's head out this way anyway. And the nice thing is, this ship can actually haul ass compared to the mining ship. I could conceivably, and I have done it before, is lock the mining ship to the back of this and then just drag it around with me, but I'd rather not. I'll leave the mining ship back at home for now. Because then the other problem comes down to, at that point, needing... Did I add a reactor to this? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. It's under all that. Oh, that's coming up real quick. But I think that is an asteroid. Yes. So if I ever need more ice, yes, asteroid, asteroid 1. Whoops. Oh well. In general, yes. I've done one. Unfortunately, the ship that I had absolutely obliterated the base that I had attacked, like just ripped right through it. So I didn't get a chance to actually get anything out of it because I was using the weapon core weapons. And so a lot of those are just so overpowered that they do more harm than good. It just absolutely obliterated that poor base. There was nothing left of it after I was done. And then I was really sad because of the fact that nothing showed up to attack me. I was hanging out there and the battleship was just waiting and it was full of ammo and it was full of hate and nothing showed up. I was like, well, that's just disrespectful. Yeah. Like, all right, well, fine, be that way. I think part of what happened was I did so much damage to the enemy base so quickly that it didn't have a chance to set off the timer block to call for reinforcements. So essentially it was just bam, I hit them, they were dead, and then that was it. I was like, okay, cool. But exactly, like I ripped that base apart, and I really wasn't even meaning to in that respect. I was like, I had my turrets set to aim for weapons, subsystems and stuff, but they are so many of the weapons that I use are also explosives. So when they hit, they make big giant explosions at the same time. And so it was just obliterating everything that they were hitting and then everything behind it as well. That's also part of the reason why I'm going with a more vanilla playthrough, is so that way if I do an encounter, I don't have the overpowered weapons, the overpowered defenses. So it'll actually require me to get better. Because that's one thing that I've had a problem with, is not being able to build ships that are capable of withstanding abuse. So that's one of those things that I wanted to work on this playthrough, was to get better at my battleship design, my warship design. All right, let's see if there's anything here. Slow down a little bit more. Oof. It's a good thing this is a little ship. This is also a really big rock. How is there nothing here? Oh, wait. Silver. Anything else other than silver, or is that just it? No, looks like it's just silver. Yep. Ooh, this looks kind of cool. What's in here? Or is this just a crater for the sake of a crater? Just a crater for the sake of a crater, but it's a cool crater. Like, this would be an awesome area for a base. Oh, oh, silver and ice. Okay. Nice. Cool. This is a big rock, though. If I were to make a base anywhere else, it would probably be in there. No, this is bothering me. Ah, come here. There we go. Okay. Okay, yeah, that feels better. Just one of those random things. Like, I'm looking at that. I'm like, that hurts me in my soul. Okay, I know that there was what appeared to be some other rocks between here and the base I wanted to check out. Ah, oof. That could have been disastrous. All right, let's go. Oh, man. Last night was funny. So, my sister had this recipe for a pork rump. Butt roast, I think is what it is. Or pork butt. And it was a slow cooker recipe. And what you're supposed to do is slow cook it in like barbecue sauces and whatnot. And can't tell which one's closer. I think this one. Anyways, you're supposed to slow cook it for a long while until it gets soft enough that you can then shred it. Part of the problem was, though, that despite how long it cooked, it was still kind of rough. kind of tough. Wow. English crews, it's your only language. Anyway, it was still kind of tough, so it wasn't going to be easy to shred. And it didn't matter how much longer we were cooking it because it was getting to the point where, like, okay, we're hungry. This is going to take a lot of extra work. So instead, it wound up becoming fix it your own, basically, as we call it, FIO, where you make your own damn food. One of the things that I had been wanting for a while is spam Alfredo, which was one of those things that my dad had made one night when there was just a whole lot of random stuff in the cupboard. Nothing that was like a cohesive meal that he really wanted at the time. And I think he was probably really, really high because I know that I was probably really, really high. It was just one of those that he had made it up. But basically, you just take a loaf of spam and you cube it up, brown it up like you normally would. Is there anything else? Is this another ice and silver? I think it is. Let's see if we can get closer. And then you also make up some penne pasta, however much you want. Then you combine the spam, the penne, and a jar of Alfredo sauce. And then cook that all up. And afterwards, add like grated Parmesan or whatever else you want, like some sort of additional cheese. And it's actually really good, surprisingly good. So I wound up having that last night. Last silver. Okay, silver ice. GPS. Nice. Silver ice. Where are you at? Okay, there we go. Next up, let's go check out this one. One of the other meals that I have the ingredients for that I made sure that was on the list when I went shopping. But it's been something I've been having a hankering for, and Kintar knows this one. He's also a fan of it, but it's called barteroni. And it's incredibly simple. Again, it was one of those. I remember the first time he made it was actually back when we were living in Colorado. I think that's right. But it was one of those, not much in the cupboards, needed something to eat. And so what he wound up doing was taking some Jimmy Dean sausage as well as white rice and like ragu or prego or some sort of spaghetti sauce, whatever you have on hand. And you brown up, you make your rice, you brown up your sausage, and then you mix that all together with the pasta sauce, silicon and uranium. Awesome. Silicon, uranium. This is about to become my best friend. And God, it's good food. It really is. It's amazing. Like just a few simple ingredients, and you have yourself a really awesome meal. Let's try coming around here. See if I can get closer this way. Not particularly, but not particularly. So it looks like it's in there. So let's go a drilling. Now I have your antenna turned off, don't I? Yes, I do. What is your antenna set at? Okay, 1,000. That's fine. I mostly do that so that any of the factions don't pick up on the antenna. Yeah, basic foods. Like the other night, my mom had found a recipe that was really, really freaking good. I think I mentioned it before. Use it in a slow cooker, and it was just, I think it was like 3 chicken breasts, may have been 4. Was it? Oh, what it was? Okay, so it was my shredded chicken. I have a recipe for shredded chicken, but basically slow cook that until it's ready, and then you put it in with the hey, yes, here we are. Um, put it in with picante sauce. Um, okay, there we go. Picante sauce. What else was it? And rice, I think. That's it. Anyway, I'll have to get the recipe again, but it was really, really good. What all do I have? Oh, I have like everything on me at the moment. We want to bring a bunch of this back. I need a bunch. Here goes that. Oh, oh, that is an unpleasant feeling. Not a heart attack, just it's like when it's like you get a burp stuck in your stomach or something. There we go. That kind of helps. Probably just need to go grab some Tums.
Inventory full.
Part of getting old. Part of being human, honestly. Let's grab that, that. Go. Let's see what we've got so far. And 5,000. Oh, yeah, I need a lot more than that. Oh, wait. I thought I emptied out what I had. Apparently I didn't, because I'm an idiot. There we go. 7,000. So I'm getting roughly like 2,000 per trip. That's fine. I mostly just wanted to use the space dart. Actually, you know what? I think we're going to name it. It's going to have to get renamed. Come here. All right, info. We are going to go with the. I got to look up to see how to spell this correctly. Okay, we're going to name this the Spiran. Ah, there we go. This is now the Spirana. And this is the Spirana. There we go. Awesome. All right. And that one is thanks to Kojak. So blame him for the terrible name. Actually, it's kind of a cool name. Anytime that you add space to the front of something, it gets infinitely cooler. All right. kind of want to add, and I've got the iron plate on hand for it. I also have, okay. Let's change up the colors here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do dusty gray on this. Actually, no, I'm not. We're going to switch you to battered like the other one. Kind of make this a little more uniform. And then I want battered, and we're going to do kind of a darker red. And let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is going to feel nice. Same for up here. Here I am just out in the middle of space. Hey, I'm just going to go ahead and spray paint my ship real quick. And yeah. I want to get this one as well. Kind of do, actually. And just leave the middle sort of that color. Yeah, there we go. And run this down here, like so. And this, there it goes. Yeah. I like that. That's going to look nice. That's awesome. There we go. That actually looks pretty sweet. This is going to get changed, though, to you. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program here. Let's grab probably another couple loads of silicon. The nice thing is I now have it marked out, so I know where it's going to be. I don't have to worry about finding one before I can mine it. So what I can do is, because one of a couple of the things that are on my to-do list for much later is to go ahead and make a larger ship that's supposed to be like a destroyer of some sort. But I could also make a larger ship that is specifically a carrier of some sort for the mining ship. So that way I can dock the mining ship with it and then use the carrier to fly it out to asteroids. I think that'll wind up being the better idea overall for later on. Go. That should be good as far as silicon goes. Yeah, 20,000. Yeah, that'll get some of our windows taken care of, which is what I am after. Um, I Just making sure. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, time to head back home, which is up there. And it's not that far away either. That's the nice thing. There we go. Now we've got our Spirana all painted up. We've got, I think we've got a good color scheme going here. That dark gray in battered, along with an accenting color, I think that's going to go really well for our overall theme. So what I'll probably do when I get back to base is see about, well, I'll go ahead and drop that dark gray on the base. Maybe. I don't think I'll do that yet. I think we'll wait until after I get more of it kind of done, and then we'll see about getting the new color dropped on it. I should probably turn off some of those signals in the base. Because then what I can do is put a signal for like, this is the entrance kind of thing. So that I'm not, losing the entrance. Uh-oh, she's back. Hi again. How are you? Yeah. Almost there. What you doing? Yeah, I know you're there, and I know you're adorable. But my arm is in the way on purpose. Let's see. There's the entrance. And what I'm going to have to do is I have to move the mining ship out of the way because it's taking up the only available connector right now. Now I could go ahead, and we are upside down. Hey, what's up, clone? And I go live the same time every day. My schedule doesn't change. Well, okay. When I end, it might change, but when I start is always the same. You're cold again. If you were just laying upstairs in the blanket, you wouldn't get so cold all the time. Or if you laid on the bed. That's fair. That is indeed fair. Yeah, I was up a little bit too late last night playing World of Warcraft, so I totally get that. All right, let's get you moved out of the way. Actually, we'll just move you to the side right now. All right. And now I just need to move Spirana over there. Yeah, there you go. Just lay down. Awesome. Turn off the antenna. Just lay down. Okay. Oh, you are. Oh, damn. You are draining the hell out of that, and I don't want you to. Okay, hopefully you're empty, and you are. Awesome. Get some ice put back in you. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. Goober, get down. All right, grab this. Refill. Yeah, there we go. Because that's part of the problem is if I don't have any hydrogen on the base, it starts trying to drain it from my ships. And I kind of need the hydrogen in this thing. Just a little bit. Okay. I can now move you out of the way. Go back to using you as a glorified light. just just a big old light source is what that is. And let's go ahead and actually grab some ice from here for the base. And there we go. Ice. Tastes just like mom's. Oh, man. Should be good here. Yeah, that should be a good start. Fortunately, when that runs out, first of all, I have an asteroid nearby, so that'll be nice. But then on top of that, I do have a couple more sources of ice in this sort of asteroid clump. So I won't run out anytime soon, which, yay! Better watch out. Might be moving a little bit too fast there. That'll be, I think the next set of stuff that I weld up is some of this outside stuff. There we go. Awesome. All right, so with the addition of the silicon here, let's actually close this and this. That's closed up. Awesome. Cool. Now I can get all of this done up. And I think that should be everything that needs to be. I might be able to check it from. Nope. Okay. Are we airtight? We are airtight. There we go. She's all buttoned up. Yes. So we got our first level completed. It is now airtight. We have an atmosphere. Oh, this is awesome. Sweet. Now to start doing the rest of this crap. Do I have enough cobalt? I do for some of it. Yay! Hooray for mouth orgies. There we go. There we are. All right. Now we have a little bit of a problem. It's not too bad right now, but it will be a problem later. I need... Yeah, that's good for now. Let me get some of this. And... Am I out of iron all of a sudden? No. Okay. What I want to do is let's put a light there. Oh, whoops. We're still set to the defaults. There we go. All right. I want to put... Let's see. Let's put corner lights. Really? You won't let me put them there? Why not? That's so messed up. Let's actually go ahead and we'll do a light panel. I don't want to do a light panel here, though. Light there. Actually, I need them to be vertical lights. That's going to be the aesthetic we're going with, are vertical lights for inside the base. And then I will come back and adjust their values. I mostly just want to make sure that they get positioned. Why do you keep changing your rotation? All right, so we want to do radius of, let's say, let's do 6.5 meters. Let's drop the intensity down to 1.5. The color, I don't know what color I want yet. So IL level 1. Interior light level 1 is basically what that gets called. There we go. And awesome. That is going to be great. Next up. Oh. Let's turn off those lights. And those. All right. Now, that'll give us a better idea of how this is all going to look. Actually looks pretty good. Sweet. This room is also airtight. Also sweet. Not that I have anything in here that I really need. This is more for like a personal safety room, or to stay quick one side to the other hallway. That's basically all it does. But once I get gravity in here, this will make a lot more sense as a proper walkway. But awesome. I really don't want to open this door yet. Let's vent the room. Depressurize. I may already have too much oxygen in the tank, so it won't actually depressurize all the way. Which again is fine. Yeah, I think I just have too much O2 in my tank. Awesome. I need to get at that one. Which means, okay. So, now that I've got that taken care of, the next step is I need to start working on the second level here. Now, this is going to be the living quarters area where I have beds and stuff. Mess hall. Now, this is also an outpost, so I'm going to keep it kind of small. I'm not going to go like, here's 1,000 different rooms. It's basically just going to be some bunks, a couple of bunks, probably like an outpost for 2 to 3 people tops kind of thing. What are you guys doing over there? I see you guys. What are you doing? What are you doing over there? Come here. Come here. You. Yes, come here. Come on. Over here, buddy. Let me move that for you. God, you're big. Although you're definitely lighter than you used to be. You've lost a little bit of weight, buddy. Yes, you have. Yeah, you don't really get lap time, so I'll give you a little bit. Yeah, you big baby. Yeah, you like getting just wrapped up and cuddled. Huh, nobody was disagreeing with anybody. No, he was just sniffing around is all. But I figured I'd go ahead and bring him up because, again, Runt never gets any actual lap time. Unless we're upstairs. But as far as like on stream, he doesn't get any time because he doesn't like to see good old Runt. Just so big. Yeah, no, not this time. Although she's down here as well, or at least she was. Where are you going, buddy? Yeah, because he very rarely comes down here compared to the others. Over here. Over here. Where you going? Where you going, buddy? Yeah, it's fine. You're allowed up here. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. Yeah. That and like the other the other cats, he tends to blend in against my clothes. Well, especially because he is so much bigger than the rest. Yeah. Yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? He is a big baby, though. Yeah, you're a big baby. Yes, you are. You're a big baby. Go ahead, get comfortable. There you go. All right, back to work. So, what I want to do for here is, well, first of all, I need to add some sort of access to cargo. So let's drill out this a little bit. There we go. The next thing I want to do is need some extra steel plate and some interior plate. I need that, not that. Let me get some of this. Yep, exactly. And he was so tiny when we got them. He was so small, and then he just got huge. Yes, didn't you? You got so big. But he's such a baby, such an absolute sweetheart. And so lazy. Like you'll start playing with him and he'll get like a minute into it and then just flop over. Like I can't be bothered. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I need. What are you doing? Huh? What you doing? I got you. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? Yeah. Gotcha. I got you, you big baby. Yep. Okay. All right. Out the lap. There you go. Now I'm covered in most of the cats. The next step is I need to get cargo up here. A couple of different ways that I can go about that is to actually change this to a T junction. Oh yeah, that's not going to work because you don't have any access now. There we go. Man, I don't know what it is, but all of a sudden I'm smelling like Chinese food. It smells delicious. I know we don't have any in the house, but it just still smells like it. It's making me want some. Okay, now I can do this, this, and that. And then we finish off cargo container. All right, we'll get the rest of it. And all of this is just so that I can get access to cargo from the second story, which will be useful in the long run. I'm not going to complain and be like, "Oh God, I can't believe I'm doing all this." No, it's important. Almost there. Come on. There we go. uh, I honestly, that's possible, but I think it's one of those that certain cats, they like to pretend that they're above it all. They're like, I would never do such a thing. I will never stoop to such a level. And then all of a sudden, they tend to be the craziest cats. Most energy, most pain in the ass. Just everything about them is 100% opposite of what they were like trying not to be. Let's bring this guy over here. There we go. Almost get to it. Awesome. Awesome. Get this welded up. This is gonna be a fantastic hallway. Y'all don't even know. Damn it. Let's throw that in there. I'll have to get those done. And almost done. No. Fair enough. Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing that animals don't know English. I'm pretty sure the CIA or NSA or anybody else wish they did, but that's for the best. All right, drop off what I don't need. And we'll get the rest of the stuff made up for the doors, and then hopefully that'll make this room airtight. Oh, aside from that. And yeah, just that one. Almost done with that door. There we go. Whoops. Came at it a little bit too fast. There's just a little bit of rock showing out of that one. There we go. I hated to do it, but I needed to. Okay. And then we've got this door. And we're airtight. Awesome. So we've got both hallways and the first level are all airtight. Yes. That makes me happy. Okay. Depressurize that. We'll just let the rest out. And then I will repressurize for later. So there goes access to more stuff. Sweet. But I think today is going to go ahead and be a little bit shorter one. We've actually got quite a lot done. Like I said, it was mostly a day for welding, is really what it came down to. Just get as much of this welded up as possible. But we also got a little bit of work done on Spirana. Make it look a little bit nicer. Cool. We now have all of the asteroids found that we need to for all of the stuff that we need, which is a huge bonus to everything going forward. So next week's going to be a fun week because next week is the Space Engineers 2 week. I don't know how many days we're going to play around with it. It could just be one. It could be all week next week. We'll just have to wait and see and, hope for the best. Again, Monday is going to be a little bit interesting because the release is for well after I usually end my stream. So I don't know yet if I'm just going to do a later stream than usual. So instead of starting at 9 like I normally do, starting at like noon or something. We'll kind of have to wait and see. I will let you guys know though on Discord. So if you're not joined up with that now, hop on there and I will go ahead and make updates as necessary to the schedule. Other than that though, that is going to wrap it up for today. As always, thank you all for joining me on these misadventures. So glad to have you guys along for the ride. You all have a wonderful day. Stay out of trouble. And remember, if you get caught, I don't know you. I will catch you guys next week.